Hey everyone, thanks for joining Learn to Play Games. My name is Lance, and in today's video I'm going to look at a massive enemy pack for Shadows of Brimstone, Sho-Riu, the Dragon King. And this pack can be used in two different ways. You can have it as a named enemy, of course, or you can also use it as a standard elemental dragon. And there's going to be a number of different card decks that you'll utilize for that. Now, this enemy is truly terrifying. As you would expect from a dragon, he is going to be one of the toughest enemies you're going to be facing throughout your campaigns, and especially if you choose to go after the Dragon King. Now, of course, as usual, the enemy card is double-sided with a brutal side. Not sure why you would want to go up against a brutal dragon, as a regular one seems terrifying enough. But if you want to, they are there as well. And some of the abilities that he has are absolutely nasty, as you're going to see in this video. So with this one, I'm going to again cover everything that is included in here, showing you what is included in this pack, and then I'll go into a bigger detail on some of the new rules that are incorporated in this, talking about some of the new card decks and how to use them and how to use some of the other things in this pack. As always, if you find my videos helpful, if you like what I do, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. It's one of the easiest ways you can support channels like mine, so we can continue to grow, be able to produce this content. If you want to get notifications anytime I drop new videos, also give that notification bell a ring, and that'll let you know when I drop some new stuff. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this series so far, and what other enemy packs you'd like me to cover in this, or other things for Shadows of Brimstone. Always looking forward to hearing from you and starting a conversation. So let's go ahead and head to the table, and we'll see what's in this one. So the first thing, let's start by looking at what is included in this massive pack. So first off, you're going to get an absolutely massive dragon included that you'll be putting together, and then you'll have his dashboard, and this can be used in two different ways. You can use it as a regular elemental dragon, or you can use it as Sho-Riu, the Dragon King, and he has his own special rules. And of course, this is double-sided with the regular side and a deluxe side. You're also going to receive additional threat cards for your threat decks, including 3 epics, 1 hard, and 1 medium. You're going to get 2 artifacts, 4 new encounter cards, 2 darkness cards, a couple of brand new decks, including the Elemental Dragon Trait deck that is going to have 5 cards, and the Dragon Magic deck that is going to have 6 cards included in that. You'll have a reference card for flame templates and burn markers, and you'll also receive a selection of burn markers and a flame template. So let's start by taking a look at the enemy dashboard. So with this one, you can use this in 2 different ways. You can use this as Sho-Riu, the Dragon King, or as a regular elemental dragon. And so that is up to you and how you want to use it. And each dragon is truly terrifying and is going to put you in quite a fight for a long time. So first off, let's look at the standard side. Of course, on the back side is the brutal side if the standard side isn't enough for you. So our enemy is an extra large enemy that takes up a 3x3 section and uses the peril die as his initiative. From there, the regular dragons have a ton of abilities, and then Sho-Riu has his own special section as the Dragon King that gives him even more. So first off, the dragons are all unspeakable terrors, which are going to, a hero starting in their activation on the same or adjacent map tile is going to take 3 horror hits. They also have endurance 5, which means that this enemy cannot take more than 5 wounds from any single hit. Another reason why you're going to be in this fight for quite a while. He has Dragon Flight that lets him move through other models, and he's going to change his targets each turn. He has his sweeping serpent body. Any hero on the map that's tile that this enemy touches during its move must pass an agility 5 test or take 1 hit that does damage equal to this enemy's current initiative. So again, based on whatever he rolls. He has a terrifying roar, so whenever the darkness would move a space on the depth track, you're going to roll a d6, and then on the roll of a 4+, the dragon emits a terrifying roar, doing d6 horror hits to every hero on the board instead. You also have Dragon Magic, so at the start of the activation, you're going to cast a random spell from the Dragon Magic deck, revealing that card and carrying out the effects of it. Then you have the Dragon Horde. So when the dragon is defeated, each hero may draw 2 extra loot cards. So that's the one caveat to this, is that you do get a little bit extra loot, hopefully. And then if you really want to ramp things up, you can go against the Dragon King himself. So he is the Master of Dragons. So when casting an elemental attack from the dragon spell, you're going to draw a random elemental dragon trait card and carry out the effects of that attack. He also has Taunt, so whenever a hero takes 6 or more wounds from his attacks, every hero on the same map tile as that hero, including that hero, is going to immediately take D3 corruption hits, so even nastier. He has Ancient Claws, which are going to make a -1 to all defensive rolls when he's hitting you on 6 pluses, and the Dragon's Destiny. So when he is at, he gets a +1 on all of his to hit rolls while at less than half health, when his health is reduced to half remaining. And then finally he has Toughness, which makes him immune to critical rolls, which is even nastier. Over to his things, he has a movement of 14, so you are not getting away from this particular enemy. He doesn't have a ranged attack, but his melee is a 5+, and he does 8 on his combat and 3 damage per success. So absolutely brutal and can dish out ridiculous amounts of damage. And then of course you're going to have the elite chart for the dragons if you're using regular dragons. I would assume you could probably use this for him as well. But, you know, that's up to you if you want to make it even worse on yourself. And then, of course, on the other side is going to be his elite side. Some of the XXL enemies are going to use template attacks, and these all work pretty much the same way. These specifics are going to be outlined on that enemy's card for how to handle that, but normally all you're going to do is choose a target by randomizing it as normal. And for this example, let's go ahead and say that the Traveling Monk is going to be our target. Next, you're going to take the template and place it on one of the grid crossing sections where the 4 different spaces meet in the middle, and center it over that. And you're going to choose the grid that is touching the enemy that is closest to your target. So in this situation, let's go ahead and say that these 3 are the front facing of that enemy. The Traveling Monk is closest to this one, so that's the one we're going to center it over, and we're simply going to place the open hole so that it intersects with those 4 points and then falls directly over our target. From there, any space that is even grazed by this template is going to be hit, including the space that it starts in. So our Wandering or our Samurai Warrior is also going to be hit in this situation. And then it's going to hit all of the other squares, even ones like this one that are just barely touched by it. And then the weapon or ability is going to outline what happens, whether it hits enemies, if it just hits the hero that is in this, or the heroes that are in that space, and so on. There are also 2 new decks of cards that are included in the Dragon expansion. The first are the Elemental Dragon trait cards. So when you run into an Elemental Dragon, you're going to randomly draw one of these to determine what element you're going to be facing, such as the Earth Dragon or Wind Dragon, Fire Dragon, Water Dragon, and even the Void Dragon, which is going to be on the other side of this card. Each one of these cards is going to, again, list the type of dragon you're facing or the element that you're going to be going up against, any keywords to that enemy, as well as any bonuses that enemy receives, and then any other special abilities that that enemy has. For example, with the Wind Dragon here, it has an elemental attack, and which is the Typhoon, which is classified as weather. So during the next activation, all heroes starting on the same or adjacent map tiles as the element or as the dragon are -2 move and -1 to their hit rolls. Natural rolls of 6+ may still count as a critical hit. The other deck of cards are the Dragon Magic cards, and these are very powerful spells that the dragon will be casting during its turn. Each one of these cards is going to list the name of the spell at the top and its effects, and the player is going to randomly draw one of these when instructed to do so for the dragon each turn. Well, I hope you found this video helpful in deciding whether or not you want to add dragons to your games of Shadows of Brimstone. And let me know in the comments down below if you have your experience with these guys so far. From the looks of it, they look absolutely terrifying, but I have not had a chance to go up against them personally. So let me know in the comments down below what your experiences are, or epic stories of massive success or epic defeat. Let me know in those comments down below. Let me know otherwise if there's other things you want to see or enemy packs you'd like me to cover as well. And until next time, I'll see you later.